Let me ask you something. How many different job titles have you applied for lately? Customer service, operations, analyst, project coordinator, something else entirely? If your answer is pretty much anything that looks close, you're not alone. But you may be making your job search harder than it needs to be. Here's the truth. Applying to everything often leads to opportunities and nothing. Yeah. When your target is too broad, your resume becomes less focused, your messaging becomes less compelling, and employers struggle to see where you truly fit in. The result: more applications, less traction, more frustration. So, today, with the help of AI, I'm going to show you how to stop guessing and start targeting. We'll analyze your experience and identify 9 strategic roles across 3 categories: target roles, stretch roles, and bridge roles. Because a successful job search isn't about casting the widest net, understanding it's about casting the right one. And once you know where you fit, everything else becomes easier. Wow. Welcome to Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. And if you're new to the series, my mission is to help you run your job search like a well organized job campaign, one that has clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. By the way, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Get Up and Get a Job. Yeah. If you've already done that, I thank you. If not, go to Get Up and Get a Job on YouTube. Click the subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or share exclusive material not available anywhere else. All right, let's take a look and see who's saying hello in the comments section. And let's see. So far, we've got Dawn Lewis. Hey, Dawn. Dawn says, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you all have a great, productive week. Thank you, Dawn. We're hoping the same for you. And let's see who else has popped up here. TJ Richardson. Hey, TJ. Good Monday morning, everyone. TJ's joining us from Arizona. TJ, thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for being here. We also have Daniel Velez. Good Monday afternoon, William and team. Good afternoon. Daniel, you guys got the World Cup coming there to New York City next week. Man, I wanted to come up there. I wanted to go up there, but those gridlock days, can't do the gridlock days. So we'll have to plan for another time, Daniel. Let's see. John Werner is here. John says, hi, William and everyone. Hope you all had a restful weekend. The apply to everything trap is so real. Excited about using AI to think through job searching in tiers, how the resume maps to the roles. And I haven't, excuse me, I haven't, into roles I haven't even considered. Tell you, got to get these glasses checked. Praying this is the week everyone here lands an interview and an offer. Indeed, that would be great. And for those of you who are joining, who are not sharing that you're here, hey, I still appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And for those of you watching the replays, thank you. Appreciate you as well. So look, last week was the reset the search and rebuild the system week. We covered everything around that target. And now this week is clarifying target roles and market direction. All right, so that's what we're going to be covering this week, clarifying target roles and market direction. And let's see here. DJ is with us. DJ says, good morning, William and everyone. She's in Colorado. Happy Monday. This week will be a great one. Come on, that's what I'm talking about, DJ. Tell us it's going to be great. DJ Heilig and Who else do we have here? We've got someone else popping in. Shelly. Hey, Shelly, glad you're able to make it. Good afternoon, all, is what Shelly says. Good afternoon to you as well. All right, well, let's get into this because we got a lot to cover and a little time in which to do it. And the prompt simply says, review Mary's resume and identify 3 realistic target roles, 3 stretch roles, and 3 bridge roles. Rank them by fit and explain the difference. Yeah, we want to know what the difference is. Also, explain why applying to fewer roles gets one hired faster and how to escape the apply to everything trap permanently. Do not research job descriptions yet. All right, so this is going to be good stuff here. Let me just turn off a couple of things. And I think I'm good. Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? I'm missing something. There it is, hiding from me. All righty. So come on, chat. Help us out with this today, and we will elaborate. All right. So based on Mary's background as an accounts receivable, accounts payable professional with experience managing large receivables portfolios, cash applications, reconciliations, billing support, collections, and financial operations, here's how I would categorize her opportunities. All right, and remember, just in case you're new to the series, Mary Mack is our fictitious job candidate. ChatGPT already has all of her information. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that your information is there. And as you are using these prompts, for example, you would say, review my resume and identify 3 realistic target roles, et cetera, et cetera. And so let's see what Chat has come up with for Mary. First, what's the difference? So when I put this part of the prompt in, I wanted to make sure that folks understood because I want to cover it so that you can understand, because so many people don't distinguish, and they talk and they talk and they talk, but they don't distinguish. And so I want you all to know the differences between each. So here we go. Target roles. These are the roles that you can pursue today with the highest probability of getting interviews. Now, in Mary's case, she already possesses 80 to 95% of the qualifications. And that should be the case with you once you do this for yourself. Minimal explanation is required. Hiring managers immediately see the fit. Now, with a stretch role, these represent the next level. These are promotion oriented opportunities, hence the name stretch. We're kind of stretching on these. They require some skills that she already has and some that she's actively developing, and may require demonstrating leadership, process improvement, or strategic thinking. And then we have our bridge roles. These create a pathway between where she is and where she wants to go. Easier to obtain than a stretch role, but it's a situation where we'll build missing experience and often lead naturally into management or leadership opportunities. All right, so there we have our definitions. If you need to go back and watch the replay, feel free to do so. So the target roles, again, the highest probability for you and for Mary. Number one, for her, because this is, again, her field, her resume that we're looking at, accounts receivable manager. Fit score, 10 out of 10. Why? She's managed aging portfolios up to $70 million. She's collected $17 million in 1 year. Strong collections and cash application experience, and then process improvement history. This is the most logical next step for Mary. And the next one, senior accounts receivable specialist. The fit score is a 9.8 out of 10. Why? Direct alignment with current experience, requires little explanation. Many employers use this title interchangeably with lead AR specialist. This role should produce interviews quickly. And then third on our list of targeted revenue cycle specialist / revenue analyst, 9.2 out of 10 because she has strong reconciliation experience, billing support background, and financial accuracy focus, particularly attractive in healthcare and service organizations. And this is good to note because, I've mentioned this before, but too often people only see themselves working in an industry where they have worked prior or before. And we don't want to do that. We want to expand our vision so that we understand that the role that we're in may be applicable in various industries. All righty. Now, the stretch roles. These are the promotion level opportunities that may require just a little bit of work. On our target roles, more than likely she can waltz into those. But on the stretch roles, they may require a little bit more effort. So, for example, financial operations manager, 8.5 out of 10. Why? Uses ARAP experience, requires broader operational oversight, and growing AI and automation skills help significantly. If you were with me in the first half of the year, you know that Mary has been working on her AI and automation skills. So again, in this type of role, that's going to help her significantly. And this is where Mary's career could be headed within 2 to 3 years. All right, accounts receivable director, 8 out of 10. She's got large scale portfolio management experience, demonstrated collections success. Here we go. But this one would require stronger leadership examples and team management exposure. And we talked about how she can gain some of, or glean, I should say, some of the experience that she's had in leading teams. But because she has not had the title, that could be a stumbling block or a challenge for her to overcome. Again, Chad is saying it's possible, but should not be the primary focus right now. So, again, we're creating a roadmap here. And then accounting manager, 7.8 out of 10. It's adjacent to her career expertise, requires broader accounting exposure, and QuickBooks and SAP training help close gaps. And what I want you to hear here is that when you do this, when you run this prompt for yourself using your resume, again, you're going to see where you should be spending your time, because spending your time everywhere is a waste of time. I want to say that again. You should be able to see where you should be spending your time, because spending your time everywhere is a waste of time. And time is one commodity that we cannot get back once it's gone. And now here we have the bridge roles, strategic transition opportunities, right? So look, we can look at ARAP manager, 9.5 out of 10, combines both sides of her experience, builds leadership credentials, and frequently serves as a stepping stone to that financial operations manager. And depending on the organization, could even lead to a director role, especially if it's, let's just say, a nonprofit organization. Financial operations analyst. The FIT score is 9 out of 10, leverages analytical strengths, expands reporting and process improvement skills, and creates pathway to operations leadership roles. And then we have our business process analyst in finance, of course, 8.5 out of 10. Why? Because it'll use her process improvement accomplishments, builds project-oriented experience, and supports future transitions into operations or project management. So overall, 1 through 9, where should Mary be focusing? Accounts receivable manager. Next up, accounts payable, accounts receivable manager as a bridge position, senior accounts receivable specialist, revenue cycle specialist, financial operations analyst, financial operations manager, business process analyst, accounts receivable director, and accounting manager. Now you have a game plan. Now you have a roadmap. Now you're not going to be all over the place. And I go back to the question that I know has been asked, and I asked it rhetorically, but I need something right now. Understood. And you do what you have to do. But I'm going to say it's not 80-20, it's 90-10. That 10% can go to that. I just need something to help pay the bills. 90% of your efforts should be based on this map, this structure. Okay? All right, let's go on. Why applying to fewer roles gets you hired faster? Great segue into where we need to go next. A lot of job seekers will think if I apply to 100 different kinds of jobs, eventually something will work. It's that old axiom, I'm going to throw up enough stuff and see what sticks. Actually, the opposite is true. When someone applies to, in Mary's case, all of these different positions, AR specialist, customer service rep, operations coordinator, project manager, administrative assistant, billing specialist, financial analyst, the resume becomes generic because it has to appeal to everyone. Remember, we're customizing each resume that goes out the door for each position. So we're going to lose. We're going to lose. We're going to lose value. We're going to lose credibility because now, I hate to use this term, but now we're dumbing down our resume to make it fit for these other roles. And that's not where our focus should be. When a resume tries to appeal to everyone, it convinces no one. Employers hire specialists before they hire generalists. You should write that one down to remind yourself. And by the way, speaking of reminding yourself, did you print out your Monday encouragement from last Thursday? Okay, come on, get with it. Get with it. All right. Here's what happens when Mary and you focuses. Imagine you only target those top three: accounts receivable manager, ARAP manager, and senior accounts receivable specialist. Now, Mary, in this case, can tailor her resume specifically for those roles, and there's not going to be too much wiggle room. There's not going to be too much adjusting. The majority of the adjusting will be based on what the job announcement, what the job vacancy announcement or the job description is saying, is asking for. The pain points of the specific role, the company, the team. That's where the majority of juggling is going, not based on trying to dumb it down so that it makes you look like you'd be a great administrative professional. All righty. Optimize LinkedIn around those keywords. For these three positions, the keywords are virtually going to be the same. Build networking conversations around these roles. And again, because they're so closely related, based on her experience, this is going to be easy. Create stories that support these roles. Again, less work on your part. These star, car, par, whatever you use, stories should basically be the same. And then you can become memorable. You want to be memorable for the right reasons instead of being one of 500 applicants. Remember, my job, my role is to help you make your outstanding stand out. And you can't do that when you're dumbing down stuff, when you're making it generic so that it can fit in where you don't really fit in, but you're trying to squeeze yourself in because of desperation. All righty. Mary becomes the AR professional who reduced a $70 million aging portfolio and collected $17 million. That's what get interviews. What are you going to be known for? What's the one sentence that you're going to be known for? And I'd love for you to do the exercise, use the prompt, and then come back into YouTube and type in what you found, what it is that you can highlight as the tagline, if you will. The AR professional who reduced a $70 million aging portfolio and collected $17 million. I love it. So here's how we escape the apply to everything trap permanently. Number one, choose only 3 target titles. We've given you the prompt so that you can do this. And again, you're going to have to do this with blinders on. You cannot have shiny object syndrome. Again, remember what I told you. I decided to do this reset for June through the rest of the year, and hopefully it doesn't take the rest of the year, but June through the rest of the year, because I want to see you get hired. I gave you a lot of information from last year into this year, and I threw a lot of stuff at you, and in some cases it was out of order, if you will, because I'm trying to hit everybody where they are. But now we're doing the reset. We're starting over. We're creating the foundation. We're covering the fundamentals. And so I want you to make sure that you are focused. So for Mary, she's got 3 target titles. You will have 3 target titles. Ignore everything else for 30 days. Here we go. 30 days. Be focused on these 3, 30 days, no exceptions. Not because other jobs are bad, but because focus creates momentum. And that's true with anything in life. Focus creates momentum. The more you focus on a thing, the better you get at it. The more you focus on a thing, the greater the momentum is. Again, no matter what it is. Step 3, build one resume strategy around those 3 titles. Not 10 resumes, not 20 resumes. One focused strategy. If you've worked with me, I've already given you the template. If you need a template, ask me, DM me, or put it in the chat, whatever. Put it in the comment section. Let me know if you need the resume template. I'm happy to share it with you. Step 4, network around those titles. The conversations you're going to be having with folks, the connections you're going to be looking to make with folks around those titles. The next 30 days. Every conversation should reinforce the same professional identity. Step 5, track your interviews, not applications. All right, I've given you a dashboard for tracking. We did that in our first week coming into June. All right, if you missed it, find the replay and understand the goal is not I applied to 100 jobs. The goal is I generated 10 interviews. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's where the magic happens. Applications are activity, yes. Interviews are progress. Offers are results. If we were doing a t-shirt just for job seekers, this would be it. Applications are activities, interviews are progress, offers are results. All righty. The biggest breakthrough for Mary and for you is likely not applying to more jobs. It's becoming more intentional about which jobs deserve her and your attention. 3 well-chosen targets pursued consistently will almost always outperform 30 random ones. That's how professionals stop chasing opportunities and start attracting them. And that's why I say spending the time to do 15 or 20 minutes worth of reconnaissance, research on a company, on a job, on a team, on individuals that are potential hiring managers. Doing that 15 to 20 minutes will save you hours, weeks, days of trash. Really, really. You can find out within let's just say a half hour. You can find out within a half hour if the opportunity is something that you should really be pursuing. Spend that half hour and move on. Because when you find the one that you should be pursuing, guess what? That's where you're going to do your deep dive. That's where you're going to spend an hour and take a break. All right. And you're going to do something else and you're going to come back to it and you're going to spend another 45 minutes and you're going to take a break. And you're going to prepare. All right. That's what this looks like. Tell me what you're thinking in the comment section. You guys know I love feedback. I'm going to get out of this and get this link in the comments section and put it in LinkedIn as well. Let me go ahead and open up LinkedIn and LinkedIn, put it in YouTube as well. And let's get the prompt now. Copy, 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 share. And here's the link. And go here to the comment section. And boom, shakalaka laka boom, it is there. And let's see, someone, we had someone else pop in. Let's see, Helen Harrell. Hey, Helen, glad you came. Glad you're with us today. Thanks for making yourself known. Helen says, good afternoon, everyone. So glad. Let's see, who else? Monica Jacks. Hey, Monica. All right, New York City being represented here. Good afternoon, everyone. I have been told to dummy down my resume. Oh my gosh, not by me. No, no, no. Nay, nay. Please don't. Please don't. Again, how are people going to be able to see your accomplishments? Remember, all those bullet points that we spend time creating are accomplishment bullets. And if we're dumbing it down, then how can people see the value that you bring to their organization? You become just another person applying for a job. Whoever told you that, don't listen to them. All right. And you can send them here and I'll tell them I told you. I told her, don't listen to you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. DJ says, oh, William, thank you so much, as this is the very thing I was stuck on. Wow. Too many jobs that I could do at my target company kind of kept me paralyzed. Wow. So DJ brings up a great point, because one of the first things that we tell you to do is to make a list of companies where you believe you'd like to work. I mean, hey, that just makes sense, right? But here's the thing. Maybe, like in DJ's case, there are a lot of different roles that you feel like you could do. And because you want a job, you're looking and saying, well, I could do this, I could do that. Oh, I could do that, I could do this. But here we go. It's about alignment. It's about how well are you aligned? Is your resume aligned? Is your experience aligned? Is your value aligned with the role? So when we identified the target roles, the 3 target roles, well, guess what? If the company isn't hiring for those roles right now, that's okay. Why? Because in our networking, we're going to network with people who can lead us to opportunities that we don't see posted. We call that the hidden job market. So whether it's an administrative professional or a peer or someone that might be the supervisor, the hiring manager, or the hiring manager's manager, we're going to connect with those people and show them why our accomplishments align with the potential role. Okay, it's not posted anywhere, but there may be that opportunity. In fact, I've had so many over the years. People tell me, and I've had this happen for myself, companies made room for them. Companies made a position. Why? Because they saw the alignment. They saw where the individual aligned all the characteristics of the person, the integrity of the person, the work ethic of the person align with the company and the company's mission, vision, and values. And then he said, well, wow, you know what? We really could use somebody in this role. We don't have it, so we need to create that, because that's actually that's a bottleneck. That's where things are that's where we're missing it. And I once had a situation where the my hiring manager actually borrowed from a future FTE to create the role for me. I mean, that gets deep into the wow, I didn't know they could do that. But when people see your value, folks, and they want that aspirin to cure that headache that they have, they will do things that you've never seen before. They will do things that you couldn't imagine that they would do. And that's why let me say this, that's why you really have to appreciate your own value. Because when you discount your value, you're never able to articulate what you bring in the way in which moves people. I've got to go. But thank you for your transparency, DJ. Thanks for bringing that up. Dawn Lewis says, way to start the week. Yes. Yes, I am. Here we go. Just like I'm telling you to be intentional in the way you're going about looking for work, I've been intentional in the way I am creating these segments for you as we're going from week to week, from day to day. All right. All right. I'm gonna get out of here because we already been here 31 minutes and some seconds. John Werner says, the tiered approach to job targeting reframes how I think about my search strategy. Thank you for sharing this and making it so actionable. And you're welcome, first of all. Again, number two, thank you for your transparency. But number three, that's the part that makes the difference. That last part you said, making it so actionable. I have to give it to you so you can then do it. I don't need you to give it to you and then you got to spend 2 hours trying to figure out, okay, now what did he say? Now, how do I do that? Yeah, no. I've given you the prompt. You take the prompt, you adjust it for you, you put it in whatever tool you like, and you go for it. And you make it happen. And if you need further instruction, you've got your AI tool, or you can reach out to me. All right, listen, I put it in the comment section already. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Thank you so much again for spending time with me and for leaning into what it is I'm sharing here on Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. Be sure between today and tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, that you pay attention to your surroundings. As I mentioned at the top, World Cup is coming to a city near you. And with that, it's going to be a lot going on. So please, if you hear something, see something that doesn't seem quite right, please make it known to someone. All right. I want you guys to stay safe. And with that, I'm just going to say I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern. If you haven't already, go to YouTube. Please subscribe, get up and get a job. Real easy to remember. My mama used to say it all the time. Boy, you need to get up and go get a job. All right. Not gonna lay around here and suck up all my air conditioning and eat up all my food while I'm going to work. No, sir. And for those of you who have written a recommendation for me on my LinkedIn profile, I have to stop and take a moment just to say thank you. I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. It adds credibility. I say I can, I've done these things. I've worked with over 60,000 people over the years and I show all of these wonderful statistics and what have you and processes. But to have someone else say, yeah, I've worked with that guy. He's the real deal. That means a lot to me and it helps other people as well. Because there are a lot of folks out here that are talking but aren't saying anything. I'm going to go. Look, remember 3 things. God loves you. I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.